right, welcome to Paranormal Vantage Point, and tonight we got Erik and Stephanie on, and just want to say
hello,
congratulations to you both on your engagement. That was just very awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome, man.
Thank you.
Very awesome to hear, man. I mean, really. So, did you guys set a date yet?
Works.
No.
No, not yet, but it's most likely going to be sometime next year.
All right, awesome. Okay, so since there's three of us here and we're only going to do audio tonight, and so what I might do, like if I ask a question, I might say Erik, or then I might go ahead and say, okay, Stephanie, so nobody gets confused, or we'll just do it that way. So
Okay.
Absolutely, sounds good.
Because sometimes Zoom will have their audio like all like wonky and stuff. So
Yep.
So we'll just go from there. So okay, Erik.
Yep. Nope, that's perfect.
Okay, awesome.
Got it. Yes, sir.
Okay, so Erik, would you go ahead and just tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of like maybe what got you started in the paranormal community and kind of like what got you really interested into it, how long you've been doing it, and let's just go from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have, I've been investigating the paranormal since I had an experience where I happened to see a full-bodied apparition of an old man that disappeared in front of my face. So that was when I was 13 years old, and that's mostly what got me interested in the paranormal, because I kind of wanted to see, figure out what I did see, and I kind of got fascinated by it. Of course, being a kid when that happened to me at the beginning, I was terrified for a while.
Right.
But then it turned more into an interest and a fascination than anything. So that was when I was 13 years old. And then when I was in 2002, I founded my own team, which I still run to this day, called New Hampshire Project Paranormal.
Okay.
And then, kind of ran with my team for a long time there. And then we started getting into, doing the shows and stuff. So I created Hunting the Haunted, which we're starting to film for season 3 now. And that has been aired. That's been aired on several different networks. I think about 6 or 7 different networks so far.
Awesome.
So I've been investigating the paranormal for over 25 years myself.
Wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. So with your show, kind of like what got you interested in doing that one? I mean, like, because like with me, I mean, I just do a lot of stuff. Like what got you like kind of like interested in doing the show?
Yeah, well, after running my team for so long, I started doing this back when before there was really even any shows at all. So when I was either want to come or they want to know all about it and stuff like that. And they want to see how it was done. So ultimately it ended up making me, kind of with the idea that, why don't I start filming everything? And this way everybody can see, how it all works out from start to finish,
Gotcha.
So we would actually be filming. We'd not only be doing businesses, but we'd be helping families out. You know what I mean? So if there was a family who was having paranormal issues, we would go in there and this would give people a chance to see, how it runs from start to finish, the whole process,
Right.
So we started doing it that way, and people seem to really enjoy it. So we just kept running with it.
Right on, man. Nothing wrong with that at all. So, okay, Stephanie. So same question.
And we get to have fun in the meantime.
Okay.
No, you're good. I said we get to have fun in the meantime.
Oh, right. Okay. Exactly. And I'm telling you right now, there's nothing wrong with that one at all. I mean, that's why we do what we do, man. And that's why I started the podcast, because I investigated for so long. I did this for so long. Is like, and then the pandemic hit, and I just kind of wanted to get away from the investigation part of it, and that's why I started the podcast, man.
Do something a little different.
Let's reach out to other people and just have awesome conversations. Let's just see what each other does, and stuff like that, man. So I'm totally down, totally with you on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Stephanie. So
I think that's what's cool about the podcast too. You get the
right. Exactly.
Oh,
totally.
well, I don't have as much experience as Eric, but I like as a little kid, I would get home from school and I'd sit on death.com and rotten.com and just I was just fascinated with creepy things, death. And it wasn't until I was, a little older, around 10 or so, that I started just realizing I just knew things, and I'd creep my mom and my grandmother out. And then when I was 17, I had a premonition of my best friend's death the night before he died, and woke up to the news that he had passed. And
my mom's done.
It was identical to my dream. Huh?
I was say that's happened to my mom one time.
I'm sorry.
When my uncle passed away. It's like,
yeah, it was like to a T exactly how he passed away in this dream I had with premonition I know now. And so for a while I felt really guilty, like why am I being shown this if I can't do anything to stop it? Like, what's the purpose, right?
Right.
And so I kind of just buried everything down for a long time until it just started spilling out on its own, and I decided, to take control of it before it took control of me. Right. So I started seeking out different people in the metaphysical community, the paranormal community, and gaining mentors. And then I joined Detroit Paranormal Expeditions, and it's all kind of just took off from there.
Okay. So how, okay, with you two, so how did you guys meet, and how did you guys say, I'm not really talking about the dating part or whatever. I'm just talking about how did you guys how did you guys investigate together, or how did you guys go, hey, let's go ahead, we got a cool thing.
Our dating story and our dating story and investigative story is actually pretty much the same. We knew each other through the field on Facebook and whatnot. I think I asked Eric at the time to be me and DPX went to Pennsylvania for a Paracon, and Eric stayed with us.
Oh, gotcha.
And the rest is history.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of one of those love at first sight kind of deals.
Gotcha.
And we investigated together at the Paracon.
Okay.
And did a video podcast there together, and then it just felt really natural for us.
Oh, gotcha. That's actually pretty cool, man, because it
is pretty cool. And we've been the unique thing about us is that we work together doing this. She gets the psychic side of things and I get the investigator side of things, so it's kind of the two of the best of both worlds, and it works very well.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that either. So what was your first date? Okay, I lied. I'm going to go ahead and go back to
that. I know, we both didn't even know.
Hey, when you come on PvP,
wait a minute, I don't even know.
Hey, when you have,
he flew. I think our first date he flew to Michigan, and I took him to Eloise Asylum.
Okay, I'm telling you, when you come
I think Eloise was our first date.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So when you come on this podcast, we're gonna have a little fun. Okay, I'm telling you. So that's how conversations go with me. It's how I roll, man. I'm telling you. So Stephanie, are you from Michigan?
So
I am. I'm originally from Harrison Township, Michigan, which is the suburbs of Detroit.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. I'm in Indiana, so we're just we're tad south.
Yeah, we're super close to you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're just a tad south, so. But okay, so now you guys live in New Hampshire, am I correct?
Nope, we live in Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah,
I'm
Georgia.
originally from New Hampshire.
Oh, okay.
Yep, New Hampshire is where I'm from. So for a while, we were going back and forth from Detroit to New Hampshire when we first started dating.
Okay.
Stephanie and I came down to Savannah, I was it 3 years ago for vacation, and we absolutely loved it.
December 2018.
So we came down for vacation. We absolutely loved it. And then no word of a lie, 6 months later, we were moving here.
No,
Wow.
not even. It was 2 months.
Oh, okay. So sorry, 2 months.
It was February.
Yeah. So now we've been in Savannah, Georgia now for about 3.5 years.
But what's
wow.
funny is, I know it's about us dating, but it's also about our paranormal journey together.
Mhm.
Is what brought us to Savannah in the first place was, you know, sitting up talking. We're like, we both just always had this weird draw and pull down here, and we both had never
Okay.
been. So we got in the car and drove from Detroit to Savannah, and then St. Augustine after. And we just like we stayed at the Marshall House in downtown Savannah, which is supposed to be one of the most haunted hotels here.
Okay.
And we like got a room and investigated in the room, and we went to the Sorrel Weed House, which is, you know,
Gotcha.
very paranormal journey.
Mhm.
And then said, let's just move there. Why not?
Wow. I mean, that's a heck of a jump. I mean, for, you know, like with, yeah, I mean, like with me,
It
I am
was
like,
two northerners going south.
I'm born, bred, total from Indiana, and I have never once ever saw myself leaving Indiana. I mean, all my family's here. My
That's
dad,
that,
yeah, my dad's side of friends
Yep.
from the South, so it's like, but to make it kind of jump, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm like a mama's boy, man. I mean, there's no way my mama's gonna.
That's how both of us are too. All of our families are both up north.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah,
So
my
we're still in
mom.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, my
whole
mom ain't gonna
family's
let
up
me
north,
move.
So is hers.
Right? Yeah, my mom ain't
You
gonna
know,
let me
well,
move.
my mom wouldn't. My mom wouldn't have let me move if she had a say in it. But you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it this way. They have a place to come down for vacation in the winter when it's warm down here. You know.
There you go. Because I'm telling you, winter's here.
So they come down.
Right. I mean, winter's here. Brutal.
It's like 80 degrees today.
Oh my. It's like 20.
Yeah,
here.
they are bad up north. And that's one thing that Steph and I both wanted to. We both don't really like the snow very much. So that's another reason we decided to move down here.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not bad, but it's just, I don't know if it's my age, but it's like winters are getting bad. I mean, it's like, you know, the colder it gets.
Yeah.
And the last guy I had on the podcast, he's in Utah. That's where Sarah's from. And I was telling him, I go, dude, because I mean, the first time we met, she flew here. Then I flew there to visit. I never been to Utah. Then we went to the Great Salt Lake. And I can actually walk around here with just a hoodie on, and I'm totally fine walking around. But when we went to the Great Salt Lake, that was a level of cold I have never witnessed in my entire life. It was like, oh my, it was just brutal. You know, but yeah, so moving down south.
So you haven't been to New Hampshire in January when it's negative 30.
No, negatory.
Yeah, that's why we're down here now.
I don't blame you one bit. I mean, it's like my dad's side of the family, they're from Alabama. So it's like, you know, and I love the South. I do, because I mean, I have vacationed in I love Kentucky. I vacationed in, well, actually the fishing trips. But I mean, I love Tennessee. Tennessee's probably one of my
Tennessee's nice too.
It's beautiful.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so back talking about Georgia, and you, like Stephanie was talking about, and like saying something drew you there. It's like, I mean, what exactly was it? I mean, was it just like, was it kind of like maybe?
Well,
I feel like it was like this unspoken connection here, and maybe it was like a past life for us, or
Right.
Maybe it was the paranormal pulling us. I don't know, right. But it was like this intangible thing that we both experienced, but couldn't really put our fingers on it.
Yeah, ever since I was a kid, I always knew that I wanted to go to Savannah. I never thought that I wanted to live here, but I knew it was someplace that I had to go before I died. Right. Little did I know that I'd be living here. You know what I mean? And the same thing with Stephanie, and I didn't even know that she had the same, connection to wanting to be down to go to Savannah. We both had the same feelings and the same thoughts about it, and neither of us knew that each other was thinking the same thing. And here we are. We're in Savannah. And we love it here.
I've always, growing up, just said, like, I'd say and feel like I just was supposed to be here, like in the South. Like I always said, I wasn't supposed to be born up here in Michigan. Yeah.
I know exactly what you're saying, because I mean, it's like two totally different worlds. I mean, and like even even the people,
totally different worlds.
Like even the people, it's like when I went to Tennessee, it was like, okay, it's like describing Indiana. It's almost like you say you go south of Indianapolis. And it's kind of like it's a total different world than it is North Indiana. I mean, the people, I don't know what it is. I have no clue, but it's just like Southern Indiana. I love it because I'm from North. No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I appreciate being a Northerner for the simple fact that everyone just speaks their mind. Down here, it's all bless your heart, fake, fake, fake. You have to like read between the lines and try to figure out what they actually mean.
Right.
And so living up north is just so much more simpler that way.
I think the people down here are nicer.
It's like, I mean, kind of like the Southern thing, the Southern thing. And when somebody says bless your heart, it's not a good, sometimes it ain't a good thing. It's like when they
go, it's almost always a dig.
It's kind of like, well, bless your heart. And it's kind of like,
it's kind of like saying go F yourself.
Yeah, it's like
in a nice way.
Yeah, kind of like, well, aren't you just stupid? Yeah, I mean, I got family from the South.
Bless your dumb heart.
Right, exactly. Okay, so back, okay, I'm trying to get back on track here. Sometimes I will start on a different story and I will go totally in left field. I am horrible with that.
That's okay.
I'm surprised we ain't talking about football here in a minute, or baseball, or Did you see what the Reds just traded? Oh,
give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, I cannot believe the Reds got. I mean, yeah, I will go off in a tangent on some different subject. And you got to go, dude. Come on, let's get back. Come on.
Yep.
So, okay, so
I do the same thing. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm bad, dude. Okay, so like most of your like you guys got events coming up.
Yeah.
Okay, so what events?
Stephanie, you want to chime in?
What events do we have? Well,
2 weeks.
2 weeks from today, we will be in Bel Air, Ohio, to do the infamous Bel Air House.
I've got
Friday
a good friend
Saturday night.
I got a good friend that helps run it.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, Cat Lang.
Yeah, I'm good friends with Kat.
Yeah, I've known Kat for.
Yep. So we're excited to get up there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Kat's really good.
She's awesome. I mean, she's good people. She's good people.
Yeah. So we're doing that one. We also have another one. April 23rd, we're doing the 1870 Octagon Mansion in Virginia, in Wyethville, Virginia.
Oh,
which is kind of like a hidden gem. It's very, very little done. Very little done. So that place is really cool. It's actually like a Civil War museum. So they have tons of artifacts and stuff in there, and it's supposed to be extremely haunted. So that'll be our first time there. So we're excited about that.
And we have Holly Mullins joining us for that one.
Holly Mullins will be joining us for that one.
Oh, okay.
And we also do a lot with the paranormal conventions as well. So I mean, this year, I think we're doing 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
We're doing Sleepy Hollow Paracon in October. And it's the first one ever to go to Sleepy Hollow. So it's the first one ever there.
Okay.
We're also doing
Hillcon.
Hillcon at Hillview Manor.
Okay.
Hillview Manor Hillcon, and that I believe is in August as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gettysburg Battlefield
The
Bash.
Gettysfield Battlefield Bash, which I've done since they started doing them 4 or 5 years ago. Stephanie's done. This will be your second or third?
Second.
So we do that every year, and that's great. All the benefits go to the Wounded Warrior Project. So it's very nice to see, people all getting together to raise funds for a good cause.
Most definitely. I like being a part of stuff like that. Where you got different.
Yeah.
Whether it's a convention
it's
or whether,
it's always nice. It's always nice to be able to give back, and help people anyway whenever you can,
Exactly.
So I'll always jump on ship. I'll always jump on board for that.
Yeah, make sure you guys, like all your events and stuff like that, like you just mentioned, make sure you guys send me links. And in the description box, when I get the video uploaded, I'll make sure to get all the links on there for you guys.
Okay.
So everybody else can check it out.
Yeah. Well,
definitely. We started doing these events like not like as a business opportunity. We started doing them because we'd go to other people's, right? And or people would say like, we really want to investigate with you guys. And so we were trying to figure out a way, like, how can we all investigate together? Like, how can we get a big group of people and just, we love working with other people, learning their techniques, learning different ideas. Everybody brings something different to the table. So we just thought like, okay, well, we could host them. And then that way, we'll rent out the location and ticket sales just cover the cost of the location. And and then we can, see friends, make new ones, and just work with other people in the field.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you have so many friends and everybody's scattered across the country.
Yes.
So we like to find, a nice location and try to get people from different, parts of the country together that we're friends with, because it's not often we get to see these people, Yeah,
that's like here in Indiana, in Indianapolis. I'm actually would do tours at the historic Hannah House in Indianapolis. And every year,
awesome. That's really nice.
Yeah, and every year we would have what we called Paranormal Celebration Day, to where everybody comes to the Hannah House, and everybody sets up. I mean, it doesn't even matter who it is. It's kind of like psychics, paranormal teams, art people that sells their artwork, and everybody sets up a booth. Everybody sets up a booth. Then everybody gets to walk around, and like Sarah set up a booth and sold like all of her art and stuff. And I was
her artwork is amazing,
phenomenal, ain't it?
It is.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, she sold a lot. I mean, actually made bank that day. And I was doing tours.
Very nice.
I didn't get a chance to help, so I mean, I was doing tours, and so yeah. If we ever get that set up or whatever, if it happens again this year, I'll definitely get you guys involved and say, man, if you guys want to travel to Indiana, and definitely set up a booth or whatever you guys. And if you can't find me, I'm probably more than likely in the house giving a tour.
Okay. Yeah, no, we definitely love to check it out. I've heard of the house. I've never been.
No,
I've done a lot in Indiana, but I haven't been there.
What parts of Indiana have you been?
I still need to go to Rose Motel.
I've been mostly by Indianapolis, Atlanta, Indiana. I used to work for an event company called Paranormal Dares, and they were out of Atlanta, Indiana. They were in Atlanta, Indiana, and we used to do a lot of stuff over there. Rhodes Hotel, the Asher Walton House is the house that they own. We did that a lot.
Right.
God, what else have I done in Indiana? I've done a lot in Indiana.
We went to James Dean's grave.
Yeah, we went to James Dean's grave. That was kind of cool.
I have never been there.
Yeah,
he's buried here.
Yeah, we just happened to be like, in our travels driving by, and we saw a sign for it. So we stopped. We went to his childhood home and his grave, and we had a blast doing it.
And a little museum.
Yeah, went to the little museum there.
I have never got a chance. I have never got a chance to see his grave.
Yeah.
As long as I've been alive.
Yeah, it's really cool. See, that's the good thing about our traveling and stuff. You get to, you see all these things that you would never see normally if you weren't doing this. So
yeah, we just went just last year to the Octagon Hall in Franklin, Kentucky. And we stopped at Johnny Cash and June Cash's grave. Wow. And you just get to see all these cool little things, like the church they got married at, you know.
Yep, the joys of traveling.
Oh, most definitely. Okay, you guys just mentioned Rose Hotel. I'm actually good friends with Mike.
Yeah.
And
me too.
He's a phenomenal. And my podcast actually tries to support Lost Limbs Foundation. And I asked Mike,
like, oh, nice.
I asked Mike one day, I was like, man, do you mind if I use my podcast to kind of maybe get the word out for Lost Limbs Foundation? He was like, man, I totally appreciate that. Totally fine. So that's what I'm trying to do, a little something here and there. Or I'm just trying, just doing what I can.
Yeah, that's all you can do. A little bit goes a long way.
Yeah, Mike's a great guy. And the last time I've been to Rose Hotel, it was an event.
I've never been, but
he's done an amazing job with the place, because the first time I was there, this has been years and years ago, way before Mike took it over. And man, he's done a phenomenal job with the place. I mean, he really has.
He definitely has.
I mean, all the renovations he's done, I mean, he's done just an amazing job. And I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, just a really good, down to earth. I mean, and the last time I was there, it was an event with Ben Hansen. And I ended up, by the time I got there, I ended up getting the flu.
Oh, you did? That sucks.
Yes. And it hit me so hard. It was like, I remember he was doing like a little, because I love Ben Hansen. I love that TV show he had.
Yeah.
Fact or Faked.
Yeah, I like that show a lot too.
And we're sitting there, and I'm like, he's doing an introduction. And I'm like, and it feels like I'm going to pass out.
Oh,
by the time I stood up, he looked right at me and he goes, man, are you okay? And I went, and I go, I don't know. And he goes, so it's like most of the night, the whole night I had to like lay on the floor, because it was all my energy was just gone. I mean, it was just like my stomach was turning, and it was like by the end of the night, like he goes, well, hey man, you're looking a little better. I went, I'm like going, thanks, man. Like, I really appreciate it. It was like, but but definitely, Stephanie, you got to go there one night. I mean, next time you guys are in Indiana, definitely check it out. I mean,
sure. See that the Asher Walton house is literally a block away on the same street. So and Stephanie's been there with me, so I'm surprised I didn't take her over there.
No, I think we mentioned, but it didn't work out. I also want to go to the Indiana State. Is it Reform?
Indiana State Sanatorium.
Yeah,
the new one that is open.
The guy that owns it, I'm having him on the podcast. I think in about 4 more weeks. I got him booked to come on.
Oh, cool.
So definitely keep
very cool.
Stay tuned with me. So we'll have
for sure.
We'll have him on, and I'll let him, because I've never met him yet. So that's what I love about this podcast. Like, there's a lot of people I get to talk, like you guys. Like I finally get to talk to people. Like I finally get to like sit here, like Tim Shaw. That was the first time I've ever talked to Tim.
Yeah, Tim's a great guy.
That was the first time I ever got to talk.
I have to tell you that I had a podcast on Girls vs. Ghost Media, and I will tell you right now that Tim Shaw was hands down top 5 best episodes, best interviewee ever.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. He knows his stuff.
And he's fun, and he's just great.
I'm not joking. I think our conversation lasted probably an hour and a half, and I bet we probably.
I believe it.
I bet we could have went 3 hours.
I believe it.
I mean, I bet we could have
probably could have.
Oh, we could have kept going and going and going and going, but it was like, but he was just an awesome person to talk with. I mean, just
Yeah, he is. He's a good dude.
I mean,
we're gonna see him. What
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow and Gettysburg.
Yep.
Hopefully, as a matter of fact.
Oh yeah, Tim's a good friend of ours.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. I mean, just a down to earth. I mean, just so down to earth, and you can tell. The cool thing about Tim, though, you can tell he's a good, kind of like a good.
Speaker. He what?
Like he's a good speaker. Like all the storytelling, like all of the story.
Yeah.
And it's almost like he's
so used to it. He's doing it so long.
And he's meant, like you could tell he's meant to do it. You know, like all the stories he like. I think at the beginning of our episode, I think I was asking him about like all the stuff he's done, and and he goes, "Well, talking about his books," and I think we got 5 minutes into it. He goes, "Oh man, but I think that about covers everything." And I was like, "Well, all right, thanks, Tim, for coming on, and I guess we will see you later." And he was like, "Oh wow, man, is that quick?"
Yeah, he's funny.
Oh, he's awesome guy. But yeah, we were even talking about the Gettysburg and the Sleepy Hollow. We're going to try to go to those.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited because I've never been to Sleepy Hollow. Neither is Steph. But like I said, that's the first convention ever in Sleepy Hollow. So I'm excited for that one.
It's just cool because you read the book growing up, right? Or you see it portrayed in movies or in cartoons, and so it's just like this little dream you get to fulfill.
It's probably like
look for the Headless Horseman.
It is probably one of the best childhood Halloween stories of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
It is. It
definitely is. Yep. So we're gonna go ghost hunting and look for the Headless Horseman.
There you go. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
Take a bag.
But yeah, you guys should definitely get there if you can.
So where's it going to be at? I know I probably just asked this a while back, but my memory's.
I will. I'll send you the flyer after. It's got the name of the hotel and everything, but it's at a convention center in a hotel. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Okay, awesome. But yeah, we were even
it's on the flyer, so I'll send you the flyer once we're done, and you'll be able to see exactly where it is. I think the ticket link and everything's on there too. It's run by Chris Sanders.
Oh, okay. I know of him. I've never talked to him, but I know of him.
Yeah, he's the one who's actually hosting this one.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna have to have Sarah take over because I got to take a quick break. I have to take a quick break.
Okay.
Sarah.
Go for it.
Okay, she'll be right here. Hang on. All right, sorry guys.
Okay. That's okay.
Take over.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. How are you guys tonight?
So we were just talking about Sleepy Hollow. You guys are going to try to go?
Yes, I want to. That's been on like my bucket list.
You should.
Probably ever.
Yeah, us too. Neither of us have ever been there either, so we're kind of excited to get up there.
I really hope we can.
It's surprising. I used to live like 4 hours away from it, and I can't believe I've never been there.
I know. I don't understand how you have it.
I've been everywhere else, but haven't been there, and I don't know why.
Teach him a lesson, Stephanie.
I don't know why.
Teach him the way.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
It's funny because he's one of those people that, like, if there's any kind of road trip, he will try to take 5 extra days to just stop at every single place he sees that looks remotely cool. So the fact that he hasn't been there makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
That's me. I'm like, we're going to stop here and we're going to stop here and we're going to stop here and we're going to take the rest of the week and just come here.
I want to do that, but I just can't stand being in the car that long.
And that's the way Bud says. He's I hate being in the car. And I'm like, let's go on a road trip.
I will literally like see a sign off the side of the highway and be like, oh, I want to check that out. Pull over, check that out for 45 minutes, get back on, see another sign at the next exit and get off again.
Right, that's me too.
And go check that
on
out.
our way, when I came out here.
That's me.
Because we took extra days coming out. It took us like 3 hours just because we took our time. But I'm like, ooh, there's an abandoned gas station. I'm going to go look in there and take pictures. And I had my kids with me,
see, that's me too.
We're stopping everywhere.
That's me too. I have to take pictures of everything that looks cool.
But yeah, that's totally me. Like, and we're going to stop over here because I don't know what that is, but we're going to go look at it.
Yep. Yep, that's me. Steph hates it, but that's me.
I don't hate it. I hate the car.
Yeah.
Do you do better when you're driving, Stephanie, or do you like to be the passenger or the driver?
No, I just feel like claustrophobic.
Oh.
Yeah, she doesn't like to be in the cars at all.
Well, you don't like flying either, do you?
No,
like
I don't like modes of transportation at all.
You're a homebody.
Got to get her teleported.
She
is. She really is. And I'm like the complete opposite.
But see, at the same time, I enjoy doing all these things and seeing all these places, and I just don't like how I have to get there to and from.
Yeah.
Have you tried train? Try a train. Maybe like a train.
Oh God.
I don't
the one time I took an Amtrak train, I got stuck in the middle of nowhere for like 8 hours because someone parked their car on the railroad track.
Maybe you just have the luck.
Make me never want to
bad luck, yeah.
I might just be one of those people that just like doesn't have good luck with it. But.
Yeah, could be.
Okay, Bud's back, so I will hand you back off.
Okay.
Okay, I am back.
All right, welcome back.
All right, now I understand why radio stations have commercial breaks.
Yep.
I was like,
that's okay, as expected.
I know, no big deal. Okay, so so is there any like location? Let's just say, because I'm like a history buff. I'm like, I love history.
Yeah, me too.
Talking about it. So is there any like location? Like, and it doesn't even like anywhere around the world. Is there like any location for the both of you that, or even individually, like say you always wanted to go to, or like just say I have to go there someday?
That we have not been to yet?
Correct.
Okay. You, Steph, you got one?
I have a lot, but
yeah, I have several.
But you said historical?
Or it doesn't, not necessarily historical.
Okay, I know. Okay, so this isn't like a big paranormal hotspot per se, but like there's a lot of forts down here in Savannah and in St. Augustine, and they're so freaking cool and so interesting. And most of the ones here, especially, were all used in the Civil War and stuff. I've been to them, but I haven't got to investigate them.
That's the one that you've been to, but you've never been to, but you want to.
But I never got to investigate them.
You answered the question incorrectly.
Okay, my answer is Trans-Allegheny.
Trans-Allegheny Asylum. That's yours?
Yeah.
If I have a couple that I've never been to that I want to go to. Number one is Dracula's Castle.
Yes.
Let's see.
Way to one up me on my answers.
She just way to one up me. I want to do Dracula's Castle.
Yes.
Maybe not. Maybe this isn't Ghost, but I want to go to Loch Ness and look for the Loch Ness monster.
That'd be cool.
The Paris catacombs.
Yep, the catacombs would be on there for sure.
Ooh, I want to explore a pyramid in Egypt.
Yep, I'm with you on the pyramids. So
those were totally made by aliens.
There's so many.
I've been stuck on that. I've been stuck on that theory for a long time.
What, the aliens making the pyramids?
Yes, I've been stuck on that theory for a long time. I'm not joking. No lie. I have been stuck on that one.
There's no other here. Do you know how hot it was?
I don't know.
There's no way those people walked all the way up there.
Oh, Stonehenge. Speaking of
yes,
aliens, Stonehenge too would be on my list.
Okay, that'd be cool. Now let's go back to the pyramids. Okay, what is the three pyramids that lines up? It lines up with 3 stars. I cannot remember which one. I cannot.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Now, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Now I'm saying right now, there is no way. Mankind back in that time could sit there and go,
yeah,
I got this idea. How about we build these real gigantic pyramids? And I'm pretty for certain
it's Khufu, Khafre, and Menkaure.
Okay, because I can't.
How about we build these giant pyramids?
They're the 3 pyramids of Giza.
That's it. Yes, I was just
Pyramids of Giza.
Okay, because I was having a brain fart a minute ago. So,
can I see a picture, Stephanie?
Mm-hmm. Hold on.
So these are the ones you're saying that
These
there's no way
up.
by mankind to make these?
No, because they like line up with.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you have to see it from above to make it.
Well, they line up exactly with like the stars. Like,
yeah, I gotcha. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's I think we're aliens too.
I'm just telling you, there ain't no way that mankind could have done that back then.
I don't know. Yeah,
I know I get called a
showing me the pictures. It makes sense.
I know I get called a skeptic a-hole quite a bit, but I mean, but I'm sorry, but you got to be skeptic with that one. I mean,
like they say that these 3 pyramids took over 20 years to build.
Yes.
Like, there's no way.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's no way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
You know, I mean, it's like even doing all the ghost investigations I've done for all these years, like different paranormal teams I've been more interested in UFOs than I've ever been interested in anything.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
See, I'm fascinated with everything, anything and everything that's weird and paranormal. I just am fascinated with it all. So
So weird opinion of the day. I think there's like gray aliens, you know, like the different species of alien.
And you got the
I
Nordics.
think most of them look like we do. No, I think the majority of them look like just like us.
It's like who
and we never know.
The abduction, Travis Walton, when he got abducted, he said he was abducted that he could see like 2 blonde guys, let's just say, and he said they were very well, like they looked really well, you know, like very attractive, let's just say. And I guess he said then he saw
blonde guys.
Yeah, he said he saw
like Nordic.
Like 2 blonde guys.
Yeah.
Then he said then he saw a woman, a blonde woman, and very attractive. And he said they looked human. Like they didn't look like the bulging head, the big eyes, and all that. It was like
your typical alien.
Yeah. So that's what I'm like. I'm with Stephanie on that.
I
one.
believe that. Yeah, I believe that too.
Wouldn't it make more sense to study us by being one of us? That way there's no suspicion. They fit right in.
Right.
Yeah. I agree. You're probably an alien.
I might be an alien.
Okay, so now Eric.
Yeah.
No, you just proposed.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so now are you going to think twice about her being an alien?
Well, I mean, to tell you the truth, I didn't think about it until we had this conversation.
That's what I see. Now it's what I'm saying. No, that's why I got to ask. I mean, when you're getting ready to go to bed tonight, and you're, you know, before you start nodding off, and you're going to be sitting there, thinking, all right, now she an alien.
Yeah, I know it. Oh, trust me, if anybody's an alien, it's me, not her.
I'm telling you, I know. Have you guys ever had a UFO experience? Or any kind of
stuff that I couldn't explain, but I've never had.
That's kind of like what I'm getting at. Like, have you seen anything that?
Yeah.
Like what? Like, I mean,
I used to have nightmares about aliens.
Stephanie said she used to have nightmares about aliens.
I did when I was a kid. When I was little.
But I don't know, you know, if aliens are real, how do we know if it wasn't an actual experience or not? So I don't know. I'm open to, you know, the idea of that being a possibility, but I don't know.
There's been a couple of times, maybe 2 or 3, that I've actually seen lights in the sky that I actually said that's definitely a freaking UFO. But nothing, you know, nothing too extreme. No.
But it's like with me, like I had one.
Your average Joe with seeing some crazy lights in the sky.
Right. Like I did once, and it was like ever since then, it was like kind of like it totally opened my mind to where, you know, I was like, it didn't really freak me out, like scare me.
Yeah.
But how it took place was weird. You know, because like I remember like sitting in my house and it was like I could hear this high frequency pitch. And then all of a sudden I walked outside and I saw like two crafts hovering together.
Oh wow.
And you can see the
cool.
lights. And then they like hovered together towards the north because they were like kind of towards the south. And then it's like 15, I want to say about 10 minutes maybe. And as they like hovered towards the north, within a split second, I mean, with a blink of an eye, they're gone. I mean, just like vanished. And it was
it's so great.
Ever since then, I was kind of like, all right, okay.
Yeah, no, I absolutely believe in aliens, 100%.
I mean, it's almost like you got to think about it. I mean, it's like how big our universe is and our galaxy.
Yep. Exactly.
I mean, there's no
we're just a little pea in the pod.
Another brick in the wall.
Yep, for sure. Yep.
Okay.
There's definitely more to this universe than us.
Right. Okay, Stephanie. So you're a psychic medium, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was trying to ask Eric questions, and I'm trying to make sure you know, I ask, you know, I try to keep it equal. So what kind of paranormal So what kind of paranormal experience have you had basically, or like that had to do with anything in the paranormal, or you know, because I know you talked about the premonition.
I got one that's gonna make me sound crazy, but here we go. So
I'm almost 50 years old.
In Detroit.
Like I'm almost 50, man. I've heard.
I was with DPX at the time, and we were at the Detroit Firehouse Museum.
Okay.
And so it's literally a museum of, like, you know, fire helmets, fire trucks, fire gear from different cities around Detroit. Some even from Eloise, Asylum. But the building itself had this, you know, it had the area where the firefighters used to sleep. Mm-hmm. And then it had this weird attic, and we went up in the attic, and the wood was like black and scorched because this house had caught on fire itself at some point. And we were getting a lot of activity up there. Like, we had a door slam shut and lock us all in a room by itself, where we had to call the, you know, owner of the building to come let us out. But there was like these weird mirrors in there, and we got ours, you know, like a portal box, like not an SB7, but like an actual, we were using one of those and communicating, and I had two other psychic mediums with me. Mm-hmm. And all I remember is one of them's like, these are interdimensional beings that we're working with. And all of a sudden I got really argumentative, and I started provoking. Mm-hmm. And I started getting really mean and just like talking crap to you know, whoever we're communicating with. Right. And I'm being filmed at the same time, right? All of a sudden I just dropped to the ground, and I was like unconscious, passed out for 15 minutes with no recollection of anything. Okay. They woke, you know, finally I come to, and I was like dry heaving and sobbing. But like, I felt fine. There was no explanation for me just falling down. And there was no explanation for my attitude and my anger right before it happened either. So really think I got jumped. Okay. Like, kind of like with me, the reason why I ask so many questions, like, I try not to know too much about people or their experiences or what you guys do. It's only because it's me learning. It's me like reaching out. That's why I always said the reason why I do this podcast now, because I always investigate as a skeptic.
And that's just that's just me, and that's me. But it doesn't mean like I can't be open. It doesn't mean I can't be
right
open to learn what you do or learn what Eric's doing, or and stuff like that. So
right.
that's why I love asking
And
questions.
Even having these abilities, right? Like I do a lot with psychometry, so I use my hands a lot. Like I can touch objects and get glimpses of who had them, where they were, just different pictures through the energy that they have. But I always debunk first. Like, even though I have this extra gift, maybe you call it, I don't know.
Right.
I still think that I go in skeptically too.
Okay.
Right.
Right.
Like, I have an open mind, of course. I know I'm going to get all this, different pieces of info, but I always try to debunk first.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm just as much as an investigator as I am psychic. Like when I'm on an investigation.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like and it's actually more of a funny story than anything. It was this year, or not this year, but last year. I'm sorry. And I was outside helping Sarah for like 5 minutes. I had a break at the Paranormal Celebration Day. And this guy walked up, and you could tell he wasn't, and I don't want to say nothing negative because I don't make fun of people. I don't try to say anything negative about anybody, and he was just going on about, and like, I came up to the house one night, and I'm like thinking, okay, now you just admitted you're trespassing. Thank you. And like, he introduced himself to me, and I told him I did the tours, and he asked me if I was part of the staff, and I was like, yeah, I do tours and stuff like that. And nice guy, and he's going on showing me all these videos. He was up on the stairs one night and telling me about, he used that Connect. I don't know. I've never done it. He's like said, yeah, man, it's like, I was up on the stairs one night, and I'm like, okay, like you're very lucky you didn't get caught, but keep going. And then all of a sudden he was like, yeah, man. And it's like, the house was built by Alexander Hanna back in the 1800s. And he was like, yeah, man, I've got proof right now that this lynch mob found Alexander, and they lynched him there on the porch and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like going, okay, I just told this guy I do history tours. And I know the history of Alexander in the house. And he told me something that made no sense whatsoever. And I'm like, yeah. So I run into those type of people once on a blue moon. And it's like, yeah, I'm like, I'm kind of standing there, like Sarah's looking at me, and I'm like, what did he just tell me? And she was like, yeah, I know. I was like, and then he just moves on and starts telling the same story to everybody else. And I'm like, and then it's like, yeah, even when you do, like when I would do tours, it would be like, kind of, people would say, like, oh yeah, like what happened, like somebody hung somebody in here, and I'm going, oh man, please stop. It's like, please quit. It's like, so that's what, it's just a part of it, and it's like, nobody that does investigations is nobody that does any, like, well, like, like kind of us, what we do, we go to locations and we do what we do and we have fun with, but then you got the people that don't do it, but all of a sudden know everything about everything, and they want to tell you that how many people died there, and you're going,
yeah,
they don't do any research whatsoever. Like they don't, and they're telling you these stories. You're going, oh man, okay, I gotta really sit and listen to this. It's like, oh wow, so it's amazing. So, but yeah, I mean, so it's like, but I'm with you. Okay, like what Stephanie was just talking about, like, I kind of like get it, like, because it's almost like when you enter, and I don't want to say maybe psychic abilities, but it's almost like there is times where, like, because like we just talked about love and history and stuff. It's like you enter, like you go into like this like historic location, and you look at things that are very original, and even like a lot of places here in Indiana, let's just say, and you can just feel, you just got this certain, and I don't want to use the word energy, maybe, or it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like you just walk in and you're like you can just almost like you can feel the history, let's just say.
Yeah.
And you just
For
have this,
sure.
and you got this overwhelming, like, wow, this is the most coolest thing I've ever done in my life. You know, it's almost like being in
I feel like the Octagon Hall is like that.
Really? I've never been there. My cousin doesn't live there.
Yeah, have you? It's this place is it's very unique. I actually had the pleasure, or the stupidity, I should say, to spend the night there by myself. And I'll tell you one thing, like, I'm very into, like, staying overnight alone at places with no problem. That place, I would never, I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm not ashamed to say I would never do that again there. No freaking way.
Why is that?
Well, I'll tell you the story about it. So I've been to the Octagon Hall many times.
Okay.
Many times I've been there. This particular time I was staying with a friend of mine who lives down the road from there. And we were over at the Octagon Hall just hanging out with Billy Bird, who actually passed away recently, and he's the one who ran it. So we were over there hanging out with Billy. And I said to Billy, I said, Billy, do you think you want to let me stay here tonight by myself? He goes, what are you, stupid? And I said, I'm feeling a little stupid tonight. He goes, yeah, you can stay. He said, yeah, you can stay here. That's not a problem. So, everybody else had left. I had my ghost hunting equipment with me. I was very comfortable. And then all of a sudden, when everybody else left, it was just kind of like, oh crap, what did I get myself into? I could just feel that feeling,
Right.
And this is honest to God one of the most haunted places that I've ever been in my entire life, hands down.
Really?
So I am in there. I'm ghost hunting. I've been a lot of places, and this is easily one of the most haunted places I've ever been. But so I'm in there, and I'm on Facebook Live, and I'm ghost hunting the place by myself. I'm the only one in there. It's locked. Everybody else is gone. I'm staying there the night by myself. So I'm ghost hunting. At one point, like I said before, I had been there so many times, so I had a photo box going, and I said, "Hey, do you remember me? Can you say my name? Do you remember me?" And it said, "Hi, Eric," and it said clear as day. I still have the video, clear as day. "Hi, Eric," and it was a little girl's voice. So that's not the scary part. So once I got settled in, and kind of tried, I had a blow up mattress that I had brought. And I put it up in the hospital room.
Right.
So I'm laying there on my mattress, and all of a sudden, the energy in the place just got really, really weird. And I could just feel like I'm being stared at in all directions. You know what I mean? Like I'm surrounded by people, but I'm the only one in there. I'm the only one in there. Then, honest to God, no word of a lie, the attic. You can't gain access to the attic because there's just no way to get into it anymore. It's all shut down and locked up.
Gotcha.
So I heard what sounded like somebody dragging a body across the top of the attic floor, right above my head, from one side all the way to the other side. And honest to God, it wasn't an animal or anything like that. It was so heavy that that it had to be like some furniture moving or just something of that nature, or a person moving. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it sounded like it was very, very. It sounded very, very heavy. Now I didn't know this at the time. I did make it there the night, but I didn't sleep at all. But the next day, when I was talking to Billy, who ran it, and I told him the story about what I heard.
Right.
He said, "You want to know? You don't know what the claims of the attic are?" And I said, "No, I don't." He said, "Well, one of the Civil War soldiers was amputated, had his leg cut off, and he had a peg leg, and he actually died in the house. And after he was amputated, he had a peg leg, and he would hide out in the attic." So they're telling me that it was him dragging his peg leg.
Oh, wow.
Yep, and they said that happens there all the time. They said that's the first I ever heard of it, but I actually, witnessed it for myself.
Right.
Like I said, it sounded like something being dragged across the attic above me on the floor. And they told me that's what happens. The guy drags his peg leg across the floor when he's walking.
No kidding.
And when they came back the next morning, when the sun came up, they came back over.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 7 a.m, and they said, "How was it?" I said, "I'm not gonna lie to you, I'll never do that again." it was terrifying.
It's almost like I can remember one time.
You definitely got to get to that place. It's a lot of fun.
My cousin, I got a cousin that lives in Kentucky, and he told me, he's like, dude, I'm only like so far away from it. He goes, man, let's set it up, man. I'll go with you. And I'm like, well, yeah. I was like, if I can ever find the time.
Yeah.
Now there was one time I was at Road. Yeah, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was gonna say if you ever get the chance to go there, you should absolutely go.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I was like the only time I've ever heard anything audible. I was at Rhodes Hotel, and this is way, way, way before Mike took it over. And we're like, and it's like, like you've been to locations before, and it hits about 3 a.m, and everybody's kind of like nodding off. You're just like,
yep,
the time to go. Yeah, then all of a sudden it's like
out of
the blue, we heard like, I'm not saying it could have been, but I'm just saying it almost sounded like a little girl giggling.
Yeah.
My head raised up, and my cousin, he was with me, and he goes, dude, did you hear that too? And then all of a sudden now he's all excited. And then it's like, and there was one time somebody rented Rhodes Hotel one night for like ghost hunt, fun ghost hunt, and like it was a birthday party. They invited me to come along, and so it was just me and Mike sitting there, and we're both just shooting a breeze, just having a good conversation. And I told him the story, and he goes, "You're joking." And I'm like, "Oh," I was like, "I'm not saying it was a ghost or anything, but I go, it sounded like it, or it sounded like a little girl." And he goes, "You know what?" He goes, "Man," he goes, "upstairs, I've been asleep." And he goes, "I heard it too." And he goes, "There was one night," he said, "Man," he goes, "I'm just I'm wide awake." And he goes, and just like, he goes in down the hall, and he goes, "I could hear a little girl giggling." And I told him where I was compared to where he was. And I said, we were opposite, we were in the same hallway. And he was like, he goes, "You're kidding me." And I'm like, "No, dude." I was like, "I totally heard it all the way down the hallway." And it's like, there were no like cats, there wasn't like no animals. So it's kind of like, and I told him, I was like, "I'm not saying it's a ghost. I'm not saying, because, I go, it's one of them things you sit there and you go, huh, okay." It's one of the things like you go,
yeah,
well, I'll be damned.
Yep. Yeah. No, it's very cool though when you have those experiences like that. It's very, very unique, very cool, and that's what keeps you going too.
Like even when my head, like I said, I'm the skeptic guy. Like I will sit there for like an hour going, okay, what could that have been? Could have been a cat.
Yep. No, I still do the same thing. Even though I know ghosts exist, I still try to debunk everything, because you kind of have to, because not everything is paranormal. Not everything's paranormal. So
that's just me.
90% of the time you can find a logical explanation.
That's just me though. That's like, because I'm like an overthinker.
Yep.
And I will put like so much thought. I will put so much thought into one little thing. And it will just like, then my head will go like 1,000 miles an hour. And I'm like, okay, now let's see here.
Yep.
But then
that's like me. I have ADHD, so I do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, see, then come to find out though, I want to say 2 owners before Mike, and her name was Michelle. Now when she owned it, she kind of, I don't think, I can be wrong on this, but I don't think she even thought it was like haunted or anything, you know, she just bought it. And then all of a sudden it's like, then people wanted to kind of do ghost hunts there and kind of stuff like that. And then she said when she would come stay at the house, her daughter at the time would say something, if I'm thinking correctly on this name, would say something like her daughter's like, okay, now I have to go play with Sarah. And like, she would go, huh? Like, who's Sarah?
Yeah.
What do you like, thinking it could have been like an imaginary friend? And she said there's times like you could leave like quarters and dimes in certain rooms, and all of a sudden the next day they'll be gone and stuff like that. So, but that's a cool thing about
There's a lot of history to Rhodes Hotel too. That place has a lot of history to it.
Yes, correct. Like a lot of like even back in back in the mobster days.
Yeah.
You know, like back in the
days. Exactly. There was a lot of mobsters would stay there. A lot of them. Yeah.
I think one story was like John Dillinger, which actually I'm from a little the town I'm here now. Just right outside of a town called Mooresville, which I grew up right outside. And that's where John Dillinger's from. And supposedly John Dillinger hung out at Rhodes Hotel a couple nights as a hideout. Or if I'm
I don't doubt it.
If I'm thinking correctly, but there were like a lot of mobsters that stayed there and stuff like that. So that's just me, man.
There definitely was.
But I love those places that's got that kind of history, though.
Yeah. So don't I.
So what other?
It's one of those hidden gems.
Right. So what other places, like say, let's say in the States, let's just say in the country, like what other places would you say that you would love to go to, or like like, I'm not saying maybe like where a lot of people would go to, like say that it is haunted, and is there places here in the country that you would love to go to
that I haven't already?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure there's a ton. I've always wanted to do Alcatraz. So I haven't done that yet.
I just want to go see it. I don't care about the paranormal part of it. I just want to see that.
I would love to go.
My aunt's been.
Yeah, I would like to go do a tour.
I really want to do the Bell Witch.
Yeah.
That's not where I'm not too far from there. I'm probably like a few hours and that's it.
For the Bell Witch?
Yeah.
From what?
The Bell Witch.
Which one?
Like the
Oh yeah. No, I've been there. I haven't really done anything with it though. I've seen it from the outside. But I've never, but they do tours there and everything now.
Yeah.
It's very touristy.
Wasn't there a story? And I'm asking both of you because I haven't heard about this. There was something about, if I'm thinking correctly, Andrew Jackson, when he was, I think it was like a military thing, and somebody yelled out, "If you're real, you're not going to stop us," or something in that manner. And then like the horse and buggy or whatever they were hauling somehow broke down, stopped automatically. Something in that manner where something like it was like a split second. And I can't be wrong. I don't know. I'll have to look at that.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard of that.
I've never heard of that either.
Yeah, because a friend of mine that I used to work with, he told me, because he said his family back, if I'm thinking correctly, back a long time ago, had something to do that had to do around that area. If I'm thinking right, with the Bell Witch and stuff like that. And he was telling me the story. I didn't actually look it up. And he was telling me the story. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, man. He goes, like something like his wife did all the kind of like family tree, which genealogy. And then she ran into the story when she was doing research on it. And I can't be wrong about the Andrew Jackson. But I'll have to.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard of it.
But yeah, that's not too far from me. I could probably get there 3-4 hours.
Sorry, Eric stepped away. It just stuck with me for a minute.
Okay, not a problem at all. Okay, so same question to you, Stephanie. Is there any place in the country where you haven't been to yet, or you can maybe say, like, man, I really got to hit that place. Like, I really got to see it.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done a whole lot of places because I'm still, I'm a lot newer to this. So like, Trans Alleghenies, one I've always wanted to do.
I don't think I'm too far from there, if I'm thinking correctly.
What's the one? Is it Penn State? What's the
Pinhurst?
Yeah, Penhurst. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine.
No, I'm saying Penn State.
If I'm thinking,
Penhurst.
Is that in Illinois?
No, Penhurst is in I think it's in Virginia. No, it's in Pennsylvania.
You're okay. That's right, I think. Yeah. Because there's a few places like it's got a different state's name, but it's in a different state. And I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember what location it is, but it's got a certain. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having a blank right now thinking about it.
Yeah, me too. But and then I've been to Salem, Massachusetts a few times, but I would love to investigate something there.
What is it? Something about, what is that certain house that's in Salem? Oh, and they got a name.
The
I hate when I do
like the
this.
witch house.
Yeah, but it's got a certain name to it.
Yeah, Eric will know it. Eric, what's
when...
the witch house called in Salem? The Black House.
I know what you're talking about. The witch house. I don't know.
No, it's called something. Well, none of us can think of it right now.
The witch house. So it even says on the sign in front of it, the witch house.
Oh.
Okay. I thought it had
there's another name to it.
I thought there did have a name.
Oh, I'm sure it has another name to it. I just can't think of it.
Oh, and I know one last place I'd love to do.
Sarah just showed me on her phone.
Let anybody do it again.
Sarah just showed me on her phone. It was called House of the Seven Gables.
Oh yeah,
that's not the witch house.
Oh,
that's not the witch house. That's a different house completely.
Oh,
what's the witch house? I'm the one who brought up the witch house.
Yeah, the witch house is called the witch house.
Okay.
It's a completely different house than the Seven Gables.
Oh, okay. I've never been there, so I'm trying to think. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yes, Salem's a lot of fun.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
What is that? Sorry, there's very strange noise coming from outside.
No, it's okay. That's all good.
What is that? It sounds like a banshee.
Sounds like someone's doing a tire burn.
No. I don't know. Sorry for that.
No, you're fine. No big deal.
But the last place I would say is under the city of Savannah is a tunnel system. And it was used to bring things in from the ports on the river. But it was also used to get rid of the bodies that you had yellow fever. And they would just stack them up in these tunnels. Yeah. And so a lot of the tunnels, obviously they're from the 1700s, so they're collapsed.
Yeah.
Flooded, whatnot. But it's even said that people would be like, take it through the tunnels, put on a ship, and then like Shanghaied and stuff. Like there's so many different stories of these tunnels and their purposes. But if we could get into one of these tunnels, that would be so freaking cool.
The problem with being with it right now is they're unsafe.
That's what
they used to do tours of them. They used to do ghost tours, and they used to actually allow you in the tunnels a long time ago, but they don't do that anymore because they're not safe, I guess.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so they don't let, but it's almost like the catacombs in Paris, but it's in Savannah,
Oh, well, I did not know that.
Yeah, so they didn't want the general public to see how many people were dying from yellow fever, so they would use the tunnels, which is which the tunnels are connected throughout all downtown Savannah. So they would use the tunnels to transport the bodies and store the bodies, so the public couldn't see how many people were dying.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Basically, Savannah is a city built on the dead.
Yep.
That is messed
there
up.
was a law that there was a law back then that where you died, you had to be buried.
Yeah.
So if you collapsed in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wherever you died back then, that's where you were buried. So there's people buried everywhere. Not only that, they had to build the city on top of some of the cemetery land because they had to make the city, streets bigger and whatnot. So a lot of what you see downtown is cemetery. You just don't know it.
Oh, okay. No, I did not know that.
Yeah. There's a lot of history into it. It's very cool. And when you're driving downtown, there's a lot of like bumps in the roads and everything like that. And what they say is when people would die, they paved right over them. So technically, wherever there's bumps, you're walking and you walk on over a big bump in the road, and you could be walking on a body, and they're everywhere.
Oh my man, that is messed up.
So they kind of built. Yeah, they kind of built right over the dead.
And the whole city is burnt down.
Twice.
Yep.
Yes,
I think in the 1700s.
Right, I did. Yeah, I did read that one. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So the city burnt down twice and was rebuilt, and it's a really cool place to live.
Wow.
Sure.
It's almost like, or kind of sounds like what they did in New Orleans, wasn't it? Because when New Orleans
was very similar to New Orleans. Yeah, it's very similar.
They call Savannah like Little New Orleans.
Yep. Savannah's nickname is Little New Orleans.
I did not know that.
Because they are very similar.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
You
guys got to get down here sometime. Get out of Indiana for once.
I need to travel.
Definitely.
Just don't come in July or August.
Yeah. You guys will have a lot of fun down here. There's just so much to do,
Right.
So much to do here. Like we've been here for 3.5 years and we still haven't done everything we want to do.
Kind of like Indiana's like that too, though, because there's still stuff here that like people's like, hey man, have you been there? And I'm like, no. I'm like, because
Indiana's a big state though.
Because I'm kind of introverted in an odd way.
Yeah.
And there's times just like I love to travel. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love going places, but there's times it's just like there's just times I have so much going on that I don't think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
exactly.
definitely need to get down there. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you guys would have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've never been. I mean, I have never been in Georgia.
Yeah. Oh, you guys would love it. They're actually our friends having a Paracon here next weekend. So we're gonna go. We're not a part of it because we both have work and scheduled stuff like that. But we're gonna try to get over there and check it out. And we'll have a bunch of friends in town next weekend. But you guys should come down sometime soon.
Right.
You would like it.
It's like same way with Indiana, man. You guys need to come on up and special paranormal celebration.
Absolutely. Keep us posted and let us know. We'll definitely come up.
I mean, there's a lot of cool places here, man. I mean, just
there is. I've done a lot in Indiana. I can't think of them all off the top of my head, but I've done I said, my work was based out of Indiana. So
been to the track?
Oh no, I've never been to the track. Nope.
Oh, dude.
I've been to Indy, but I've never been to the Speedway.
Dude, you got to see the track.
I know. I absolutely have to see the track. Yeah, no, I've never been there. Yep. And I would always fly into Indy too. I've never been there.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you got to see the track. You don't even have to be the biggest race fan. You don't have to be the biggest race fan of all time. But just to go, to drive inside it.
Yeah.
And just go, because you can even do tours around the track.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. They even got PGA
Absolutely.
golf tour. They even got a golf course inside it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's nice.
It is pretty cool. No,
Very cool.
Like her sister even came
Yeah,
up.
I'm all for it.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you guys would have a blast here. And I mean, that's what I love doing, man. Like meeting people. And that's why when I was talking to Tim,
Yep.
and I told him, I was like, that's really why I think my number one thing was starting the podcast. Because like I always did, like when I did investigations, I did my own thing. I didn't really, and like I didn't really go to none of the conventions. I never went. I mean, nothing against them, but I just never went. I just didn't go. I didn't have a reason.
Yeah.
So that's what I was talking to Tim about. I was like, that's why, and I was telling him that I go, that's why I just love doing this podcast now, because I could finally reach out to people, finally meet them and finally meet people, talk to them, and like I told Tim, I go, I don't care how I investigated the paranormal. And it's like, because this podcast to me isn't about me. This isn't about me. It's about me reaching out to other people and talking to other people, communicating.
Definitely.
Finally, me getting out and saying, and just having good conversations, having fun with this thing. And, it doesn't matter who we are. That's
what it's all about.
It doesn't matter, because like I was telling Tim, man, this is a really good hobby. And I met a lot. I've met a lot of good people in the paranormal community. Don't get me. There's a few bad apples, but there's a few bad apples in everything we do. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what we do. So it's kind of like even Tim, he was like, "Oh man, dude, you got to come on down." It's like, because, and I'm like, most definitely, man. And, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm so glad you guys came on, man. And, finally,
no, we're happy to.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm so glad I get to do this now. I'm so glad I get.
Absolutely.
Because I'm kind of a quiet guy, as a matter of fact. And I'm like, so
I'm the opposite.
I'm quiet too.
She's quiet. I'm loud.
Hey, that's what they say, opposite.
I talk a lot. She's quiet.
Right.
But we'll come on the show anytime you want us to.
Well, hell yeah, man. We can even still talk about baseball. I don't care.
Yeah, no, I like baseball. But you're gonna have to let us know about that Hannah House event that you guys do too, because I'd like to get up there.
What's your favorite team?
For sure. I'm a Red Sox boy. I'm from Boston area, so yeah. Come on, man. So I'm a New England Red Sox Patriots.
Now like here in Indy, you do know the Patriots are our rival, right?
Oh yeah, I know. Of course I know.
But that one, to me, it wasn't a bad rival. Because it was always it was that Peyton Manning, Tom Brady thing,
Yeah, of course. You gotta have a rivalry in sports.
It was a good thing, though. I was like, but no, man, growing up in Indiana, I've always been a Cincinnati Reds fan.
Okay. Yeah.
And one of my prized possessions is a Johnny Bench autographed baseball. I've had it since I was 12.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, that's super cool. Yeah, I've gone to a ton of games. I've been to so many Red Sox games, tons of Patriots games.
I've always wanted to see a Boston
Bruins. I've done them all.
I have always wanted to see a Red Sox. I've always wanted to go to Boston to see the stadium. I mean,
you got to see Fenway Park. Yeah, right. You got to see a Red Sox Yankees game at Fenway Park. That's where it's at.
That's got to be intense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's intense.
I was going to say Yankees and Red Sox. That's going to be intense. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Those tickets are very expensive.
It's almost like even
you can get into any other Red Sox game fairly cheap, but whenever the Yankees are in town, it's very expensive.
It's almost like kind of like Reds Cubs games sometimes.
Yep. Wrigley Field. I've been to Wrigley.
I've never been to Wrigley.
Yeah, Stephanie took me to Wrigley. Well, I didn't go in, but I went outside. It was outside there, but it was still pretty cool to see even from outside.
Right.
But yeah, those are the two of the oldest parks in baseball right there, Fenway and Wrigley.
Yes, absolutely correct.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah, I'm a big sports fan. Stephanie, not so much.
Well, Sarah's the same way. I mean, like I've been a diehard Colts
Yeah.
fan, Reds fan.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right. You know, it's a Midwest. But you know what's weird though? It's like,
Yeah.
I'm in Indiana, but my favorite hockey team's always been the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Okay. Yeah, they were good. They've always been pretty decent.
Dude, I've been a Penguins fan ever since I was probably back when Merrill Lemieux played.
Yeah, he was really good.
That's how far
Number
back.
66.
Yes, that's how far in like Yammer Yager days and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's probably still playing, isn't he?
I think he is.
I think Yager's still playing. Yeah, I think so.
And did you know, like,
yeah, he was like one of the oldest ever to play the game. I think he's still playing.
Our minor league team, Wayne Gretzky, played here for one season.
Oh, did he? No kidding. Yeah, I didn't know that.
When we were the Indianapolis Racers.
Oh God, yeah, I've never even heard of that.
So. It was just right before Gretzky turned pro.
Okay, wow. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but yeah, come back on, man. We'll talk about sports, and that's it.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
No, man. I mean, I just want to say thank you guys so much, man. I mean, I appreciate.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome.
No,
like
you guys,
said, anytime you want us to come on, let us know. We'll be happy to come back on.
I mean, there's probably a ton more we can talk about too. You know, I mean, you know,
we can go for days.
Yeah, I told Tim that. I'm not joking, dude. I told Tim that.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, because I told him he was like,
Tim can go for days.
You know, even he said, he goes, man, anytime you want to be back on, man, just let me know. And I'm like, dude, you got it.
Yeah.
But no, man,
absolutely.
I appreciate, man. I really love talking to you guys. I really do, man. And
thank you. We enjoyed it too. Like I said, anytime you want, keep in touch with us.
But yeah,
and
but feel free, man. Yeah,
you and Sarah plan on come down here.
Oh well, hell yeah, man. But definitely send me some links on the events you guys are doing, and I will get them in the description box.
Absolutely.
So everybody can, so I can get the word out for you guys and stuff like that.
You got it. We will do so. Thank you very much.
All right, man. So so I will talk with you guys very soon, and yeah, we'll definitely keep in touch, man. I mean, this ain't gonna be the only time you hear from me. Trust me.
Sounds good to me.
I'm like a bad flu.
Yeah, me too. Stephanie can vouch for me on that.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll talk with you guys later.
All right, thank you so much for having us on.
All right, talk with you guys soon, man. And you guys take care.
You as well. Thank you so much.
All right. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.